Greetings once again, my friends, and welcome back to Drak Vlogs, where we're talking Blizzcon 2016. So obviously you guys just barely saw my thoughts on the opening ceremony, and again, I wasn't trying to be rude with it, just now that I've had a little bit of time to think about it, I actually kind of wonder if this is still just a good thing because, well, we already had a lot of major releases happen with Blizzard this year. We had Overwatch release, we had Legion, Hearthstone had an adventure and a pack come out, we had an expansion within Heroes of the Storm, so again, I'm not saying anything negative about BlizzCon, but it does feel like, you know, you've had a little too much cake and all of a sudden the entree comes out. Kind of thing. You're like, ugh, you know, you're a little underwhelmed and now you're wondering how you're going to take all this in too. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and start going into the various branches of the games that they do, starting with Starcraft. So earlier last year, or late last year, last November, we had Legacy of the Void come out. Okay, I loved it. I thought it was a good Protoss expansion and also a great way to be able to wrap up the events of StarCraft 2. And then you'll also be able to follow the timeline for me. Then I played Nova Covert Ops, and I wasn't all that happy with it. Granted, I only have one episode up, but I can tell you I'm a good distance into 2. I think I've got one mission left, and then I've got lots of games to catch up on, people, but I've got one more mission left, and Mission Pack 3 is coming out in November 22nd, so I'll be able to finish that up and give my final thoughts on Nova Covert Ops as a whole. But people will know from the first one, I was not happy with it. I did not like the design plan for doing 3 missions per pack. I didn't know exactly where the story was going, and frankly wasn't all that interested in where it was going. I wasn't as invested into Nova as I wanted to be. And obviously one of the biggest... that's become a bit of a problem for me because I don't know how this is going to affect mission packs in the future. Well, I was hoping that this panel would be able to answer that. Now, a lot of people will know from the opening ceremony video, I was not particularly happy with the StarCraft 2 announcement of working with Google and DeepMind to work on AI. While that's cool, and technically, like the tech geek in me goes, that is interesting, the StarCraft fan in me is going, what? I mean, in a lot of cases, I'm at like a personal internal conflict. I like the tech that they're talking about doing, but from the StarCraft perspective, I'm going, seriously, that's it? And granted, they had another co-op mission, or a set of co-op missions to announce with Alexei Stukov, but really what I was hoping for is like, can we hear the results of Nova Covert Ops? Is it going to justify more mission packs? And, you know, like, are we actually going to see this world get fleshed out like they said they wanted to do with these mission packs? And unfortunately, I hadn't gotten to the multiplayer panel because, frankly, I'm not a multiplayer guy. I'm more interested in the single-player story. So if you're looking for that multiplayer end, you're probably going to be looking at somebody like Husky Starcraft, things like that. But I kind of left wanting. Because all the single-player stuff that they were talking about doing, like all the story-related stuff was, we're releasing 2 to 3 comics. One of which you will actually have to pay to get a bundle so that you can actually unlock that in-game. Okay. But where's the actual story mode? Like, I get that you want to do comics, and comics are cool, but, you know, part of the allure of StarCraft 2 is story. Is the story mode here. And you, like last year, you toted mission packs as being able to do that, to expand on the story. And I can already tell you that the panels that I did watch did not have any new mission packs to announce. So, because I don't even think it got like a full-on Q&A panel. It got multiplayer, and I think Q&A got tapped into that. But to my knowledge, and I looked everywhere just to make sure of this, there are no new mission packs announced aside from Nova Covert Ops Part 3 coming out later in November. So, I hate to sound like Mr. Negative here, but I was very disappointed with what they had for StarCraft 2. Because I want to like Nova Covert Ops. I really do. But I've already played a couple of missions into Pack 2. The problem's still kind of there. So at that point, like, I was hoping that they could address, okay, here's what we'll do. We need to have more missions per pack. We need to be able to do all this. Maybe we need to pick a more engaging character, etc., etc., etc. Now, for the people who are already going to scream out, co-op battles, that's what you got. I really wanted more something along the lines of a campaign. And unfortunately, didn't really get that. Nova Covert Ops is what I'm getting, and then at that point, drought is basically what they left me with. I'm getting nothing but a drought, because I'm guessing they're trying to figure out, do we want to do another mission pack? Nova Covert Ops maybe didn't do as well as we wanted. Maybe we didn't like a lot of the critical reception we were getting for it. I don't know. But frankly, it's left me with a little bit of a bitter taste in my mouth. So I can already honestly tell you I'm not happy with where the StarCraft plans are going in the future. Multiplayer may be awesome, and people will probably put it in the comments below that it is. I'm not a multiplayer guy. The co-op missions I found interesting maybe the one time I did one. But I want something single player. And unfortunately, this doesn't accommodate to me. And I know a lot of people are also going to say, well, StarCraft has always been also a multiplayer experience, and they need to fuel esports and all that. And I understand that. But as a fan of story, this did nothing for me. I mean, I got a little teaser for Pack 3. Okay, cool, fine. But my bigger question was, what's next? Who do we go play as in the next mission pack? Where do we explore next? And unfortunately, StarCraft didn't really have an answer for me. So, and as much as I'm conflicted with DeepMind, I'll look into that further. I'll you know, like, probably not as a StarCraft fan. I'll look into that as a tech geek and say, you know, whether or not I think it's an awesome thing. But from a StarCraft fan's perspective, I'm a little disappointed. And I really wanted more single-player content, more mission packs, maybe even announcing an expansion, something like that. And I just don't know if that's in the cards for StarCraft as it goes into the future. So, but I'm just being honest on the matter. You guys can disagree with me all you want. This is my honest opinion. I don't feel like I'm getting anything out of it, which is really sad because as much as people want to tout that I'm a WoW fanboy, it was StarCraft that made me a Blizzard fan to begin with. So as much as I love WoW, I love StarCraft, and unfortunately, there's just not anything to look forward to. So that's just going to... I know this video is a little short, but this is really the one that I was disappointed in overall, and I wanted to convey that. And that's going to go ahead and do it for this vlog. Up next, we'll be tackling the panels on World of Warcraft. And obviously, we will be covering all of the other games as we go along. So we will be doing one for Diablo, for Overwatch, for Hearthstone, for Heroes of the Storm, all that. So thank you guys so much for watching, and hopefully soon I will be able to get up the vlog for World of Warcraft. Till next time.